Hello, everyone. My name is Sebastian Ellison. This is further analyzation of Albuquerque's Zero Fare program, um, otherwise known as MWA 3, Major Writing Assignment 3, the proposal. So, retaining and enhancing Albuquerque's free fare public transit system is essential to preserving equal access to transportation systems in a low-income city such as this. It is also detrimental to hosting economic growth and being environmentally sustainable. With a hopeful spike upwards in riders, this will get drivers off the road, thus reducing traffic and potential accidents. So, concerns of public safety. With safety and crime always being a main concern of the public, KRQE News went to the front line and addressed these issues. According to statistics, crime is on the decline with the implementation of 27 mobile security units on call across the city. These units operate 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, so they're ready at all times. Bus stops are maintained well with 11 crew members who inspect and clean the 2,750 bus stops each day. So this is essential. Anyone that knows Albuquerque knows that we're not known for being the safest or the cleanest. Regardless, we still have civilians that need to get where they need to go. So with these crews maintained and employed across the city, there is confidence that the free fare program can work for the city. There's a video detailing these exact issues by George Gonzalez, a reporter for KRQE News. There's the link if you want to check that out. Not only do they address those issues, but they also go into bus ridership, issues about drivers, lines. Further info can be found over there. So who does free fare impact the most? With this zero fare system in place, art buses, there'll be a noticeable audience in which the services benefit the most. Over 80% of riders are citizens who are disabled, make under $40,000 annually, or both, according to recent statistics. Allowing these hardworking people to have access to these services allows them to be not only independent, but productive members of society. Taking away this service would make them even more dependent on the government than they already are. So for further detail on this, another video was published. Basically, this is the initial rollout of the free fare program and what it entails, such as districts, kind of how it's going to work, and the fleet size that this is going to affect. Okay, so before we get into a published article, there are a lot of new legislation to where certain cities such as Los Alamos or Las Cruces, have the free fare. Obviously, this isn't for every single city in the state. This is just going into detail of Albuquerque's transit system. So the title of this is Impact of Bus Rapid Transit Construction and Infrastructure on Traffic Safety. So this article states that there's a drastic decrease in fatal automobile injuries that were sustained where these free rapid transit systems were put into place. There was a pilot program back in 2020 for the first 2 years of this, so this is kind of where a lot of these statistics are coming from. They support this claim by arguing that they analyze the safety outcomes for all road users and pedestrians on Central Avenue, where activity around the Albuquerque transit system is highest, crime's the highest, as compared to other parts of the city. So Marie Bia and Ferenchak are the main authors of this article. Their purpose is kind of to show where these systems are occupied, fatalities and serious crashes decreased by 60%. Another published article is titled Impacts of Free Fare Public Transportation on Carbon Dioxide Emissions and Social Welfare. This one was not published in Albuquerque. This was published in Crimea. However, it was ran over just about a decade. In a smaller city with less roads at an earlier date. So take note of that. So by Sahan Dissanayake, forgive me if I pronounced that wrong, completely destroyed it, of the Journal of Transportation Research, authors on the topic of how large expansion of free public transportation service and significant increase in passengers can positively help a community and its environment. The free transportation model studied the release of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere was significantly lower in communities where they adopted riding the buses to and fro. It also showed how there was less accidents which occurred where public transportation was the most popular method of going places. So an antithesis statement for my argument would be preserving a zero-fare public transportation, preserving public transportations, with its benefits arrive risks and negative attributes, such negatives include devotion of time to its success, the immense financial burden on taxpayers, and a risk for irresponsible use of public resources. So other potential problems include a decrease in efficiency in the model as a whole, because efficiency, the same amount of drivers and buses are going to have to transport the growing metro area of Albuquerque. So not only is the city growing, but with the zero fare program, there's obviously going to be, and all these incentives to increase ridership. That's what's going to happen essentially. So that's the biggest concern so far. These drivers can also be seemingly under stress a lot more, with also being underpaid. So obviously, bus drivers are bus drivers. Everybody respects what they do, and it's maybe time that they get increasing quality of life just to ensure that this model works. So let's see. Solution. A direct solution we as taxpayers need to bring to the attention of our current lawmakers to address this problem is to increase the fleet size of public transportation buses by six buses. These obviously will be applied to the busiest areas of the city to get rid of any of these long lines. And we also, I want to say, increase the pay of the drivers, the base pay at least, by 5.5%. The bus drivers not only under stress, but are also liable for a large amount of people at any given time. Just because the service is free doesn't mean the riders or drivers should have to sacrifice safety or quality. In addition to these security forces, to get these drivers to feel safe, just to give them that financial relief, just a little bit, I think would maximize this program. A couple of my works cited here, those videos and articles. Thank you.